everybody, and welcome to Ddfr. Today, we are going to talk about the Anaheim Ducks losing 2-0 to the Washington Capitals, and then losing 3-5 to the San Jose Sharks, only then to lose 2-5 against the New York Rangers, and then have a nice little bounce-back game where they win against Buffalo 5-3. And then they finish off the game. Actually, my apologies. That Buffalo score was 4-2. They finish off this little stint with a 4-3 loss to the Dallas Stars. All right, let's hop right into the Washington game. They didn't show up. Anybody. Top line looked okay. They looked bad, man. They looked real bad. They just couldn't produce any offense. And once the Capitals got out to a lead, they just kind of suffocated the Ducks. They did a really good job playing defense. Ducks just couldn't get anything going offensively. It was a tough game to watch. Not a whole lot to talk about there. It looked like poo. They did. So, then we get to the Sharks. The Ducks showed up this game. They just showed up later than the Sharks did. Sharks got out to a lead, allowed the Ducks to tie it. Got out to a bigger lead, allowed the Ducks within one. Got out to a bigger lead again, allowed the Ducks to get within one, and then sunk the empty netter. Undisciplined play gave the Sharks the opportunity. You lost to the worst team in the league. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You lost to the worst team in the league. Maybe you're the worst team in the league. At this point, Ducks are looking at the Celebrini Cup. If anyone doesn't know, that is the projected first overall pick's name, Max Celebrini. And losing to the Sharks helps them. It's been tough. Ducks needed a shot in the arm, and they didn't get it in the Ranger game. In the Ranger game, they got a lead. They were up 2-0. They were up 2-0 going into the third period. I thought, man, maybe they can shut it down. Maybe they can shut it down and win this game. And then the third period started, and they gave up 5 goals and didn't score a single one. One of them was short, or one of them was an empty netter, but they gave up 5 goals. I'm getting a little tired of Cronin not skating these guys through the ice. Every single thing I've seen on social media at the Ducks practice, it's never a bag skate. It's never a bag skate. It's always teaching and learning and teaching. I don't know if this team is going to, A, stop getting too many men penalties. That's been an issue all year long with this team. They don't know how to skate back to the bench. You know something that solves that? Bag skating. Skate them into the ice. They don't want to skate back to the bench? Cool, you're skating at practice. You're skating at practice until you puke. Like, if you're not going to bag skate them, you gotta sit some of these players. Vetrano, McTavish. I hate saying that. McTavish is one of the better players on the team. Vetrano's an all-star. You gotta sit these guys, man. The penalties and the undisciplined play shoots the Ducks in the foot every single goddamn game. And that's even obvious in the game they did win against the Buffalo Sabres. They won 4-2. They went into the third period with a 3-0 lead. They give up a penalty with about 5 minutes left. 3-1. Oh, look at that. Now Buffalo has momentum. 3-2. Oh my God, they're going to come back and win this. If it wasn't for the Ducks hitting the empty net, there's a good chance they lose that game. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. They looked fucking good against Buffalo. They looked good. They were running the show. The Ducks got a little adrenaline shot when they had Olin Zellweger called up. He got an assist in his first NHL game. Yeah, almost choked it away, boys. Yeah, almost choked it away. You held on. I'll give you credit. You held on. You took penalties, and you almost choked the game away again. This year was going to be painful. This year was going to be painful. It was going to come with growing pains. It was going to come with learning curves. And here we are in the midst of the pain. I didn't know it was going to be this painful watching this team try and lose games. Last year, there was no effort to lose games because they just were going to. They were that bad last year. This year, it seems like they're trying to lose games. It seems like they're like, this game that we're up 3-0 in, we didn't put ourselves through enough adversity. Running the entire show of the Buffalo Sabres through 2 full periods. Only to allow Buffalo a 10-minute window where they could potentially win the game? Horrible. Abso-fucking-lutely horrible. Moving on to the last game in this little stint that they had here. They lose 4-3 to Dallas in Dallas. Don't really know what you guys were expecting there. You kept letting the Stars get back in the game. Credit where credit is due. The Buffalo game and the Dallas game, they actually looked decent. They were controlling play, but they keep letting these teams get back in it. And then, on top of that, Leo and Terry have the worst overtime that both of those two players have ever had, and basically let Thomas Harley walk in on John Gibson and snipe. Don't know what you want. They outshot the Ducks like 40-something to maybe 20. It was abysmal. They were running the Ducks show the whole game. The Ducks were just opportunistic. And they actually played decent defense. Like, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. There were times where Leo, Terry, and Henrique were running the show in the Dallas defensives. And for some reason, it was the only line that could really get anything going. McTavish with Lundestrom and Silfverberg were opportunistic. They didn't get a lot of cycle chances, but when they got their chances, Silfverberg scored twice. The other goal, Troy Terry on a very, very good play by Adam Henrique. Started off by Leo Carlson pressuring in the offensive zone. You gotta have other people other than them going. Vetrano, been so quiet since he's gotten that All-Star vote. 1 goal, maybe 2 goals. He was leading the team in goals. And now here he is, barely shooting at like 5% in the last, 8 games, 9 games. It's getting ridiculous. They gotta keep this momentum going. They played well against Dallas. They played well against Buffalo and won. Gotta take it to the next one. Speaking of the next one, the next game, tomorrow, the 27th of January. That is Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern. They play against Minnesota, in Minnesota, against a Minnesota team that's actually kind of been struggling. They just lost their captain for the remainder of the year. They got to find a way to shut down Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek, and they got to find a way to generate offense. Don't shoot yourself in the foot with stupid penalties if you take a lead. And, yeah. Just be a good team. Be a good team. I'd love to see this team continue to carry this momentum into Minnesota. It's just a matter of faith that they will. Because I don't have a lot of faith that they will. I think they're like, okay, we played 2 good games, let's go into the next one, and then this is a typical Ducks game where they're going to get fucking shellacked. They look good for a little bit, and then they fucking forget how to play hockey again. I hope that this is the continuation of them looking good for a little bit, and not the moment where they forget how to fucking play hockey again. Because it seems like that's what's scheduled, is, Ducks are going to forget how to fucking play this game. So, that game is going to be broadcast on Bally Sports West for anybody in Southern California. The rest of the country, they're looking at ESPN+. I don't know it for the local stations in Minnesota. I just know it's fucking cold up there right now. And all of my Minnesota friends, yeah, you guys are having a rough season too, aren't you? Probably not as rough as the Ducks, but you guys were supposed to be contending, and it's not looking great. Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for showing up and watching. I've been your host, Doomsday Ducks fan, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.